Divination workshop tonight here on the Low of the Sun YouTube channel. Tonight we will be doing a group call for the Truth Divination card reading. Feel free to share your comments in the chat. I am Diane of the Sun, owner of Inlakesh Studio One, a franchise of the Sun. We offer quantum light property clearing services, truth and tea, call for the truth divination card readings, and other services and products, all available at inlakeshstudio1.com. So check us out on our website, and also check us out on Instagram at Inlakesh Studio One. We post every Friday a Frequency Friday call for the truth divination card. So always tells us what truth the universe has for us that week. So a few announcements before we get started. High Frequency Living offers live streams which focus on high frequency living topics like meditation, breathwork, wellness, and nutrition, of the Sun classes and modalities like quantum light property clearing, soul translation, the light body movement, and many other high frequency topics. All the live streams are recorded, so be sure to check out our previous live streams and podcasts. And there's more information in the description about the high frequency living and classes with Of the Sun and with Inlakesh Studio One. So our newest live stream is on Mondays now at 6 p.m. Eastern, featuring Lauren of the Sun. And she's bringing forward flowers and frequencies with communications, information, and a meditation. Daffodils were the featured flower this past week. It was an expansive session, lots of wonderful information from Lauren and also from the flowers. So I encourage you to check that out. Wednesdays at noon Eastern are midday meditations with a topic that's in tandem with the light body movement. So April, we are in the throat chakra. So that will be this month's topics. On Thursdays at noon Eastern, Lota and Tavares of the Sun present a lively and uplifting conversation with a current topic, and they delve deeper into one of the Call for the Truth divination cards. And next Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, the Divination workshop, we will be presenting that again, and Tavares of the Sun will be joining us that night. So it will be a very exciting night as well. On the following Friday, Quantum Light Property Clearing Chronicles will be held. That is April 24th, I believe. It's the fourth Friday of the month. And that is a discussion with Tavares and Tiffany and Lauren and myself. And we talk about quantum light property clearing, stories, experiences, and different things. So join us then. And if you're interested check out the two previous ones that are out there. And then the first Friday of the month, Inlakesh Studio One's Evolutionary Book Club will be happening. So watch for the announcement of the book. That'll be coming soon. So links for all classes and more information are in the description of the live stream. And if you have any questions about any class, you can reach out at contact@ofthesun.com, or you can contact me at info@inlakeshstudio1.com. So that wraps up our announcements. So I invite you to join me. Shall we call for the highest possible vibration? Shall we call for the highest possible vibration? Shall we call for the highest possible vibration? Shall we call forth aid and support from all that is? We are one with all that is. It is flowing through us now. We feel the universal life energy of all that is. Shall we call forth aid and support from all that is? We are one with all that is. It is flowing through us now. We feel the universal life energy of all that is. Shall we call forth aid and support from all that is? We are one with all that is. It is flowing through us now. We feel the universal life energy of all that is. Shall we call for the truth? Shall we call to see the truth in all that we see? Shall we call to hear the truth in all that we hear? Shall we have the courage to speak the truth? Shall we invite nothing less than the truth into all of our experiences as we're calling for the truth tonight? So thank you for joining tonight. Thank you, Tavars of the Sun, Stephanie Singletary, and everyone else. Feel free to join in the chat tonight with any questions or any comments that you have. So to start, the Call for the Truth Divination cards. They were created by Lauta Rasul, Lauta of the Sun, and they are a companion to her book, Call for the Truth, that she wrote. And it's a wonderful book with lots of good perspectives and good information. So I encourage you to check it out. It's available at Amazon.com. There's also an ebook you can get at ofthesun.com and InlaKeshStudio1.com. And if you'd like to have your own hardcover or softcover autographed by Lauta, I have them at InlaKeshStudio1.com. So the divination cards, the Call for the Truth divination cards, it is a deck of 52 cards, and they are holographic. They were designed by Tavars, and they have a topic. They have a maxim, which is a quote that Lauta often shares with us from the book and also from classes. And then it also has a color. It has a number, a platonic solid. So there's many, many layers of these cards. So we'll go through each of the layers as we do our card reading tonight. So if you're interested, there's information in the description. You can order your own set of cards if you'd like, or if you'd like to have a personal card reading, we call them Truth and Tea. So the cards come with an instruction book with more information, and they come in a beautiful velvet bag. So you can check that out if you're interested. I do these every day. I do a card reading every day for myself. I use them in my quantum light property clearing services and other services, and they're so helpful. When I'm in, maybe have an issue with something, I go to the cards and ask them for assistance, and they always bring forward something that's very pertinent for me to know. So for tonight, the question that we're going to ask is, what is the information, the most pertinent truth message for all hearing this session regarding speaking our truth? And since we're in the throat chakra with light body movement, it's a pertinent topic for this time. So we start with our cards. We knock 3 times on them to clear them, make sure they are clear. We synchronize and harmonize with the cards. They have their own consciousness, as everything has consciousness. And we ask for the most pertinent truth message for all hearing this session regarding speaking our truth to come forward tonight for us to explore. And we will be doing 3 cards of past, present, and future. So we can shuffle the cards, bring forth the best information for us that we need to know tonight. Okay. So we'll go through the past, the present, and the future. And we'll go through each card separately, and then at the end, we'll bring them all together. So the past card is frequency. We have the power to shift from unwanted vibrations to the desired ones. And it is a past card, but the past also influences us as we are moving forward. The past card can stop our movement, or it can help us moving forward. So I see this as a helpful information, because we have the power to shift from unwanted vibrations to the desired ones. It is us. It is just us. And we must choose a different outcome. And so it is our choice. What we think is our life. That is what we experience. Even if we see something outside of us, we know that we have created that. So this is such a wonderful, I love this card. Well, I love all the cards, so they're all my favorite. So this relates to the third eye chakra, which is all about intuition, imagination, and thought. So really, it is our thoughts that we can change, and we control the frequency of our experience by our thoughts. And this is the color indigo, which is about intuition, perception, deep concentration, vision, self-knowledge. However, the flip side we have to be aware of is being judgmental, self-righteous, and narrow-minded. So we have to, if we feel ourselves flipping into something that is judgmental, remind ourselves we have the power to change that and do it. Move forward on that. So this is the number 6. And number 6 is conscientious. It desires to bring harmony, truth, justice, and a sense of balance into the environment. Love and compassion are uppermost in its mind, effective as counselor or healer. Others are drawn to it because of the understanding that emanates from it. 6 vibration is ready to take on the social and family responsibilities. 6 is domestic and artistic and adjusts their needs to others. So it's interesting. The number 6 is harmony, truth. You know, truth is also the throat chakra, but now the throat chakra is all about our communication through our mouth, but it's also seeing the truth and visualizing the truth and thinking the truth and thinking only the truth. Is this the truth? Am I thinking the truth? I think that's a good question to ask. And then the Platonic solid that this relates to is the dodecahedron, and that is about ether, ascension, divinity, and oneness. Our oneness with all that is, our oneness with Source, connecting with our spirit energy. So these are the some of the things that have come forward. Does anyone have any comments in the chat they'd like to share about this card? This is the past card. However, the past still affects us moving forward. It can help us move forward. And I see this as a big help knowing that we can change our thoughts. If we find ourselves in a situation that we would like to have differently, we can change it and make it different because we created it that way. So that is the past card. And also, for the frequency card, butterfly pea flower tea comes forward for that. Because the butterfly pea flower tea has brought forward that it brings light frequency. So it will help illuminate us and help us to change our frequency. Alrighty, so now the present card. The present card is freedom. No one ever became free without sacrifice. So this is very interesting. This is what we are doing now. This is present. This is related to, oh, let me see what the book has, some extra information here. No one ever became free without sacrifice. We must lay on the altar that which enslaves us. So I see this as we need to change our frequency to remove all the lower frequencies, and that is what we're sacrificing. We're sacrificing the lower frequencies to elevate and grow into the higher frequencies. So this is the sacral chakra, and this is all about our creativity, our sexuality, and our pleasure. This is our creative center. This is where our ideas are. This is also related to the divine feminine and the strength of the divine feminine ideas and visions. The color orange is about enthusiasm, optimism, creativity, warmth, invigoration, stimulation. So it's our excitement area. However, the flip side can be sluggishness, ignorance, and frustration. So if we're ever finding ourselves frustrated with a situation, we can just remember to sacrifice that frustration and change that into satisfaction. Bring forward what is right about the situation that's bringing frustration. It's an opportunity to sacrifice that frustration. This is the number 2. And the number 2 is the pair, the duo. It is changeable and adaptable and can be indecisive. It is the go-between, the diplomat, and the peacemaker, because unity can only be accomplished through harmony of the minds, a compromise on each side. Number 2 represents the feminine principle of receptivity, the yin, which seeks the union of 2 distinct entities. It is the gestation period in which things begin to form. Number 2 collects and assimilates. So we need to be aware of that indecision, because that creates the frustration as well. And if you're not sure about something, that needs to be sacrificed, because we need to make decisions and be confident in our decisions. And we can be confident in that decision because it's right at that moment. And then if we see that we need to change it, we can make another decision and change it then too. It's all about decisions. And we have the power to change that with our thoughts. So this is also about the icosahedron. And this is about transformation, creativity, connecting with water energy. So this is also an area where things flow. Water is all about flowing. So we want things to flow. So to become free, we sacrifice, we flow out what is not needed and flow in, bring in the new, and keep moving things in and out. So there's no stagnation. We are new every day. Always an opportunity for something new, even throughout the day. That's what I find. Even throughout the day, there's opportunities to be new. Does anyone have any comments about this card or the first card in the like to share in the chat tonight? Okay, then we will move on to our future card. And the future card is consciousness. This is also one of my favorite cards. As I mentioned before, they're all my favorite cards. What we thought yesterday, we do not have to choose to think tomorrow. We are the responsible party. We are responsible for our own experience. Whole responsibility. And that's Ho'oponopono. Taking responsibility for our world, our experience. I think it's fascinating that the first card was the number 6, the third eye, frequency. And then we get freedom in the middle, being creative and sacrificing what we don't need so that we can be free. And then a reminder in the future to get to that, we have our consciousness, our responsibility for ourselves. And this is just a reminder when you find yourself in a situation, call on Ho'oponopono and responsibility. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. And those 4 statements will shift the energy within you and within your field, so that affects everyone around you and everything around you. So I love this card pull tonight. I love them every time, but tonight especially is really helpful for me personally. And it's a good reminder. When you're doing Ho'oponopono and responsibility, be sure to direct that energy to yourself, because all of these topics are about us. Everything we see is us. Everything we feel is us. So we have the opportunity to sacrifice what we don't like into what we desire. And responsibility assists in that way. So we have the power, knowing we have the power to shift from unwanted vibrations to the desired ones with responsibility, taking responsibility. And when we take responsibility to sacrifice what we don't need. And this is all about speaking our truth. That was the basic question tonight, about getting information, about speaking our truth. And this is so important. It's important to know that we have the power to shift if we find ourselves in a situation that is not truthful. We have the power to shift that. And we can sacrifice that to be free. And then take responsibility and choose something new. Choose to think the thoughts that are the truth. Continue to call for the truth all day long in every situation. See what's right about each situation and call for the truth. So we had talked about the frequency card, butterfly pea flower tea, and that also comes up for the consciousness card. So the butterfly pea flower tea would be awesome tonight to bring light frequency for us. And then the freedom card, spearmint has come forward for freedom. And that is all about spearmint brings forward creativity and free choice, flexibility, patience, sacrifice, new life, and divine feminine. So as you're sacrificing something, a thought that is not the truth, have a cup of spearmint tea. And maybe you'd like to have spearmint and butterfly pea flower tea together. That might be a nice combination. You might want to ask your body about that. See if it would like that. Bringing new light frequencies with the butterfly pea flower and the spearmint, bringing forward creativity and free choice and flexibility, assisting with sacrifice and patience, bringing in new life and the divine feminine. So I hope these cards have been helpful for you tonight and you've enjoyed this session. I certainly have, and I'm grateful for everyone who's come and joined tonight. Thank you to everyone, and thank you for your comments. And these cards were inspiring that change is always possible no matter the circumstances. Yes, thank you, Stacy. They are inspiring, that's for sure. And change is always possible. You can change every moment. So thank you. Thank you once again for everyone joining tonight, and hope to see you next week again on our Divination workshop. And Tavars of the Sun will be joining us then. Have a wonderful evening in Lakesh and Veritas with honor, respect, gratitude, integrity, discipline, and action.